If you've ever opened a virus on your PC, then you know what's coming next. It's The Fellas.
Yeah, that was an interesting turn of events. You know, I like this new format we got. Like, as soon as we get back from the theater, we just walk right into the studio.
Yeah.
Saves on gas.
Yeah.
Also, it keeps the neurons fresh in our mind. That's a good feeling. So, everybody, you're back because, you know, what am I going to say? You got nothing better to do. We got nothing better to do. We're stuck in this together. It's like a loveless marriage. You listen to The Fellas. It's today it's just me and Ray.
Yep.
So, today we saw Searching, which I'm pretty sure few of you have seen. I know I saw the trailer at one point, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to see that.
It was exactly what was going on at the movie theater. If you're a constant moviegoer, you were pretty much searching to find something else to watch.
Bazinga. I just did. You know what Bazinga is? That's a line from that show that I hate so much it's beneath me. The show about the geeks.
Oh, Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, I fucking hate that show. I hate everything about it. I hate all the people in it. I would watch it burn to the ground and piss on the ashes. And I gave you the catchphrase for that show because that line you just gave was absolutely so shitty it belongs on that show.
Oh, no.
Only thing it was missing was a laugh track. But yeah, we saw Searching. It's a movie by director Anish Chaganty. Fuck these names. Also written by same person.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have even bothered looking at it if not for my boy Sulu is in there. Well,
Is it me?
I'll use his real name, John Cho.
Is it me, or is it he looked absolutely horrible in this entire movie?
Well, he didn't look horrible.
He looked like he aged like 40 years.
But I don't know if he really... I know he literally didn't age 40 years since Star Trek. That could have been the makeup or whatever, but to me it worked because this was so serious. I could not take this serious for like the first 20 minutes. I'm like, yo, that's Sulu. And he has such a freaking baby face, but he's supposed to be like an aged father and whatever. All in all, I did not expect much to come of this, and I'll save all the last stuff for the official review, but I will say I was pleasantly
The first
surprised.
Sony movie we actually see this entire year.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a Sony movie, wasn't it?
This wasn't a part of the Chi-Com conspiracy, but it had that Asian effect.
These Asians are working for
Well-
it. Maybe it's just the genetics. I don't know, but I was pretty much ready to write Sony off. I'm not going to give Sony the credit. I'm going to say the credit goes to Anesh, the director and writer. But at least I will say thank you, Sony, for taking your head out of your ass long enough to realize, hey, this is actually a pretty good fucking movie.
It's a good movie in a different format. We haven't seen too many of these movies before. It's kind of like that Friends movie where everything's shot through the eyes of social media.
Oh, you mean Uninvited? No, Unfriended.
Unfriended.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. In fact, we'll get into that because I want to keep this sort of orderly and ordered. So real quick, I'm going to give you the basic plot here. The idea is it's very simple. It's a basic murder mystery, or would it be a thriller mystery?
I think it would be under a thriller mystery.
Okay, investigative thriller mystery. So the idea is you've got David Kim, played by John Cho. He's married. He has a wife named Pamela Nam Kim.
Who is actually pretty damn hot.
Here's the thing. She is hot, but she isn't like obsessively hot like the Chinese stars we've seen.
Yeah.
Which has me thoroughly convinced she's American. She's not Chinese. She's hot, but in a realistic sort of way. I could look at her and be like, yeah, she's got kids. She doesn't seem to be faking it at all. I'm not trying to downplay her hotness. I mean,
Well,
you
she
know.
was in Fast and the Furious 7, so
Yeah, well, I won't hold that against her.
they're using
Either
her
way,
as a,
she was only there for a short time anyway. Her name's Sarah Son. She plays as David Kim's wife. And then there's David Kim's daughter, whose name is Margot.
Yeah.
That's played by Michelle La. Again, kudos for them for having someone who's not oppressively hot. And she's supposed to be, what, 17?
I think
'Cause
16,
she's like
17,
on her
yeah.
way to college, I think.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, she's like I guess she's like a senior in high school. I don't fucking know. But anyway, she's like a little bit on the chubby side, not fat, okay? I'm not fat shaming. Her character's not fat. She's just like not rail thin the way these Chinese actresses are. And I'm like, that's cute. She's a teenager. And she's not a popular teenager. She just like sits in the corner and nobody knows her, you know? So I'm like, kudos to them. I like that.
I don't quite believe
some
that.
realism.
I don't quite believe that. Not in our high school.
Well, the high school I went to, everyone, it was like an inner city school. And that place was shit. you couldn't find no attractive girls there. If you
Yeah, that's
tried.
true. That's true.
I would just watch Saved by the Bell and rub my hand against the TV screen and wonder why I can't push my hand through to go in their wonderful world.
Well, there were no Asian chicks in our school.
Mm-mm.
I just thought about that right now.
No, that's because they all excelled in grades.
Oh.
Anyone who could left our school a long time ago. I had a friend of mine who was really, really smart. I think it was like Polish. Save your Polak jokes. We'll do those for the after hours crowd. He was like freaking genius level. He was there for about, I'm going to say, a year and a quarter before they sent him to a better school. And good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. We went ahead and stayed behind with the rejects. So those are the three that are most important. Well, I should just say David, Kim, and Margot are most important. Okay, so next we have Deborah Messing, who plays as Detective Vic, who I honestly felt was kind of an odd man out. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll get into that more. Good choice with the character because she really looks like a hard-nosed cop. She looks like she was probably attractive at some point.
She was from Will and Grace.
Really?
Yes, she
Well,
was.
I wouldn't know.
she was
never
Grace.
watched that show. I'm not a stringy-haired white girl, so
Yeah.
no, I never watched Will and Grace. But she's the hard-nosed detective who's charged with finding the missing person. And then, of course, what was the brother's name again?
Peter.
It was the character's name was Peter. Okay, yeah. Then there's Peter, played by Joseph Lee, and that's David Kim's brother. For the most part, that's it. Those are the only people you need to know. And really, one of those people, Sarah Sohn, gets barely any FaceTime. And then on top of that, the daughter Margot gets only slightly more FaceTime than
Yeah.
that. So really, I should just say it's John Cho as David Kim, it's Deborah Messing as Detective Vic, and in a distant third place is Joseph Lee.
I think you're forgetting 3 other characters in
No,
the
I'm not.
entire. Yes, yeah, you
I
are.
dare you. Who am I forgetting?
You're forgetting Windows 7, OS, Apple, iOS, and you're missing out Facebook.
They did an admirable job. Make no mistake, they did not. This is why we need to have Dane booted up.
Yeah.
they did an admirable job. It would have been great for Dane to be like, man, fuck them. They're not the main character. Windows 7 was the main character, and Windows 7 was interfacing with Mac OS. Yeah, whatever.
You know what? Something didn't feel right. It didn't feel like a legitimate iOS screen. It felt like really clean.
Well,
Because
you know
no
what?
way in the world did that Windows 7 not have any pop-ups running up as soon as you turn that machine on.
Well, here's the problem. Let's get into that. There's a lot of little things for us to pick apart. But let me go ahead and get right into the story of it. The whole idea is David, Pam, and Margot are just the idyllic all-American family. They love each other to the point where you feel like the sweetness is going to cause you to have your fucking leg amputated from the diabetes.
Oh.
Because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
And I know it's some Hollywood bullshit, but it was even almost too much for me. And this is just like right in the beginning, just to give you a little background. They give you this sort of flashback of their lives. Now it's like, this is a bit too sweet and wholesome, man. It's like a mouthful of a bag of sugar. But Pam, the mother, ends up getting cancer. Like right when a daughter is starting high school, she gets cancer. She dies shortly thereafter. And then it's just kind of the father and the daughter dealing with it as best they can. And then out of nowhere, the daughter goes missing. The father, he gets the police involved, which, Detective Vic is taking lead on the case. So he's her, go-in-between sort of person to help find his daughter. For the most part, the father's doing all the real investigative work. He's been estranged emotionally and personally from his daughter for so long. All he can do is go through all of her social media to try to backtrace what's going on, and he comes to some shocking revelations while trying to find his missing daughter.
And it's all done in such a way where it's really captivating. Like, you don't actually get bored of
you know
watching the
what?
screen.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And don't worry, we'll tell you guys when there's spoilers. But to start off, the movie you mentioned, Unfriended.
Yeah.
Completely shit on. People just shitting on that movie left and right. Fuck it, I liked it. And one of the main reasons people hated it was because the whole thing is shot through the eyes of social media and electronic interactions.
Yeah.
You never see anything that's outside of some form of a computer screen or a phone screen or something like that. And people just fucking hated it. And this was exactly the same way, but this worked way better. They did a much better job with this one. Like when it starts to show you the family, coming up, they start with putting together the operating system for the Windows 7, which really brought back some great memories.
Yeah.
I really miss Windows 7. That's the picture quality on that monitor was crisp. I saw the grass and I'm like, oh shit, it's Windows 7. Man, has it been that long?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm old.
Yeah, I know. It's been
It
a
makes
while.
me feel old as shit, dude.
I don't
And
miss it too
Windows
much,
7
though.
was doing the job, and they show them uploading home movies and videos to show what they're doing. They show them uploading recipes to help fight cancer and whatnot.
And you know, for being their first family computer, they were quite fucking organized.
Well, yeah, they are very, very organized because they had different administrators, one for David, one for Pam, one for Margot. And all I kept thinking is, why the fuck are they all using the same computer?
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, if I'm young, assuming my parents even knew jack shit about computers, they were like, oh, this is the family computer. The moment I'm past like 6 years old, I'm like, yeah, I want my own computer, man.
Yeah,
And they're cheap enough by then.
I know.
Like, I don't want to use this
You
fucking
can get one
family
for like
computer.
$200 nowadays.
Yeah, you couldn't. Like, this is kind of bullshit. And using this old fucking, probably a gateway.
Oh God, I totally even
probably
forgot
a
those
fucking-
even existed.
Probably a fucking Compact or a Dell. Even worse, an E-machine. Remember those shits?
Oh my God,
That very
those
well
shits
could've-
were bad, dude. Those shits were really bad.
I think those shits were built by Russian spies. Open it up, you see a hammer and sickle diagram on the CPU. Those things are pieces of garbage.
Yeah, E-machines were horrible.
Yeah, but you see them coming up, you see how everything's localized. And there is one thing that did piss me off, the thing that you were bringing up. A lot of scenes, you've got instant messenger because we
Yeah.
all got, iPhones. And as long as you log into your account, you can have instant messenger coming up on your iPad, your iPhone, your MacBook Pro,
Everywhere.
blah, 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 whatever. But the majority of the time, this is on that Windows 7.
Yeah, the first half of the movie is on Windows 7. I was like, what?
Yeah, and then the thing is like every time you're opening up a browser or you're getting a text message from your cell, it's popping up with Mac OS. And I'm like, wait, wasn't this fucking
Yeah,
Windows 7? Why the fuck is a Mac OS popping
Yeah,
up?
because they never made the transition. They never gave you like transition that they actually had changed OSs.
Yeah, and they
So-
did show that the people had,
Yeah.
MacBook Pros. They showed that. But it's like, when he closes everything, you see the fucking Windows. When you're playing your videos, you see when you're using Windows Media Player. There were sometimes they were using QuickTime Player, which is what Mac OS uses.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it was like Windows Media Player. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do I keep seeing a Mac OS browser open?
Yeah, and also they were going in between like the YouTube channels, so you don't know
Yeah.
what system they're using. I was kind of confused.
Right. And he's like, okay, they started by showing that, he sends his daughter a text like, hey, you didn't do this shit I wanted you to do. She's like, oh, what are you talking about? Hey, FaceTime me. And that's the only way you see like people is when they're FaceTiming and shit.
Which I think is kind of fucking absurd that you have to FaceTime someone
It
in the
is
same
absurd.
fucking house.
It is absurd, but you're not going to get any screen time unless they're using FaceTime because that was the way they're trying to do it. So I kind of get it. But the dad's like, oh, you're out late. You're with your friends. What time are you going to be home? Oh, we're going to be out late. How late? Oh, like really late. Okay, well, just make sure you let me know before you go home. Right then and there, I'm kind of like, okay, is this how parents work with their kids now?
Yeah, they just let them fucking be out at
You're
midnight.
not going to tell me what time you're going to be home and I'm just going to accept it?
Yeah,
I'd be like, I will fucking drive over there right now.
I'll come get her ass.
Don't you fucking tell me, I don't know how late it's going to be.
Oh.
What's your friend's name? Give me her number. Give me her parents' number. Yeah, if I don't get a call back from you in 1 hour, I will be calling her
Yeah,
parents.
that's where I was kind of suspicious because he's kind of like, really loose with his daughter. It's like she could have been banging some dude all night and him not know.
Well, that would be my first assumption. They're doing blow or they're fucking.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck you mean you're just going to be back late? What the fuck is all this?
It's a fucking school night, man. Get your ass back. I'll
Yeah.
be studying on like get your ass home. You have fucking FaceTime.
Right. So it's like, okay, so he goes to bed and then she tries to call him and she tries to FaceTime him, but he's asleep. And they show that he missed a message. So when he wakes up, he's like, oh shit, I see you tried to call me. Also, I realize you're not home. So you must have already woken up and gone to school. Just call me when you get out. And I'm like, you're pretty goddamn understanding for a dad.
I know.
I'm like, what the fuck? Just the fact that you came home after I was asleep. I'm not going to go to sleep before 10. 10 o'clock came.
And you're
first
asking-
of all, I'm gonna be like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna stay up till like 12.
Yeah.
That's first of all. But let's say, okay, I do go to sleep at 10. You weren't fucking home.
Yeah.
It's a fucking school night. Why the fuck? It's fucking 10 o'clock. You ain't home. Then I wake up and you're already fucking gone.
Nah.
No note. No, hey, sorry, Dad, got home late. I at least want to look at my phone and see a bunch of missed texts. Oh, Dad, I'm running late. Oh, shit, I got a flat tire. Fucking something. I'd be fucking livid.
She does know she's a girl, right?
Yeah, well, she's powerful, though, and hashtag me too.
Oh,
So she's powerful. This is what kind of bothered me.
it
a
really
bit.
did bother me a lot.
He's really kind of playing it off. In the culture that we live in today, parents lose their shit. I got some friends, their like kid is in like daycare or whatever, and at any point you can log on to their website because they live stream a camera that's there. If the fucking camera goes down for whatever reason, all the fucking parents panic and start calling in all at once.
Oh, Jesus.
Because the fucking camera went down. They can't see what their kids are doing. So in this day and age, to see a parent that's that laissez-faire, my parents would be, but there would be absolute Cain and Abel style hell to
Yes.
pay by the time I see them. And then on top of that, my phone would probably be getting blown up. They
That's-
wouldn't run around screaming and crying and calling the cops.
Well, at
I'd
that
better
time-
be dead or dying.
At that time-
Otherwise, there's gonna be hell to pay.
At that time, we had pagers. I remember I had a pager.
Man, my parents ain't paying for that shit. You have your ass home. How's that for a pager?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what my
That's true.
fucking parents had. You have your ass home. Pagers were for doctors and drug dealers back in my day. Those were the only people who used pagers. But either way, it did kind of bother me. He was so laissez-faire about
It was a little nauseating.
yeah, and then he's kind of panicking. He's sending her text after text. Where are you? You should be out of school by now. Blah blah blah. And then he's just like last minute he texts. Oh wait, shit. I'm an idiot. I know where you are. Okay, just text me when you're done. And then he goes and he looks up her like piano lessons that she's supposed to be taking because her mom taught her to be an excellent pianist.
Yeah.
So she's taking piano lessons now that her mom is dead. And he's like, oh yeah, she's at her piano lessons and whatnot. And did he call the pianist first?
Yeah, he
before
called the pianist
cops?
first.
And he was like, hey, is my daughter there? And the pianist was like, no, your daughter canceled her lessons like fucking 6-7 months ago. And he's like, what?
At that point, I'll be fucking calling the cops, dude.
Right then and
Yeah,
there.
right then and there. I was like, yo, I haven't seen, she hasn't responded to a text. She hasn't freaking come home. I haven't fucking seen her. It's time for me to call the cops.
Well, we don't call the cops yet
No.
in this movie because, let me contact one of her friends. And then that's when he realizes, oh shit, I don't know who any of her fucking friends are.
That's fucked up, dude.
Which
And she
is-
has a
which is
car?
weird.
Yeah, which doesn't seem realistic. She's got a car. She could drive herself point A to point B.
Mind you, it's kind of a used car, which thankfully that's realistic. It's like a 1990-something Corolla or some shit. And that's refreshing.
Yeah, some-
My car was a piece of shit. I could actually see the road when I looked down when I was driving.
Oh,
Remember
I
that
love
shit?
those moments.
There's a fucking hole in the bottom of my car. But this is what I'm rolling with in high school.
You know, at that
to
point,
get me some pussy.
yeah, at that point, we can take what we can get.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
can-
Go to the fucking junkyard. Is it run? Well, yeah, but all right. How much you want? Fucking if it break down, leave it on the side of the road. Go get a new one. But no, it's like okay, well. First, let me find her friends, and then he's like, oh shit, I don't know any of her fucking friends. This is the part where it kind of loses me, because he starts doing way more detective work than it's worth. He goes into his wife's admin account on the computer.
Yeah.
Because they each have their own, account. He has his name, his wife has her name, daughter has... So he goes to the family computer, goes in his wife, and his wife kept meticulous notes on who her friends were, what allergies they had, all that shit. And this is like pre-K and kindergarten type
Yeah,
shit.
it's a little bit more than I would bother to care
So
for.
what he did is he looked for someone that she knew, went to her Facebook. Now he couldn't log into her Facebook, but he can find her on Facebook and see who's on her friends list. And I think it was like 0 friends or something.
Yeah,
like
she
that.
had she had like 100 friends, but
She had if I remember correctly, she had a fuck ton, like 600 and something.
Yeah, she had a lot
That's-
of
he's
friends.
Like, oh god. So he just went to look at any people
That-
that his wife knew from both elementary and junior high.
Yeah.
who were on the friends list. And he's like, oh shit, okay, here's someone she's known from elementary and junior high and is on the friends list. And he called, the wife had the parents' phone numbers.
Yeah.
Because the kids wouldn't have had phones back then. So he calls the parents. She's like, oh no, my son, it's the last day of school. He went on this camping trip, but I'm pretty sure he invited her.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to call him. He doesn't have reception, but I told him he has to call me every day. So when he calls me, when he has reception, I'll tell him call you. Oh, okay, that's fine. So the next fucking day, this is fucking, is it 2 or 3 days?
It's 2
so
days.
far?
It's 2 days at
2
this point.
days you have been trying to reach your daughter and you can't.
This is unacceptable to me.
So the kid calls in the morning and say, hey, I'm sorry, my mom said you were trying to reach me. Say, yeah, I'm trying to reach my daughter. Could you put her on the phone and let her know to call me? Oh yeah, I invited your daughter. She never showed up. It's like, what? Yeah, she fucking never showed up. So, and that's when he immediately goes to
The police.
to the police. Now, what gets me, well before this, when he was took a picture of the garbage that she had left there the morning morning she was supposed to have come home,
Yeah.
there was something that he didn't notice. Her school books and laptop were there. And he did notice that before he called the cops. And he's like, hey, honey, you forgot your laptop and your school books. That's a silly thing to forget. I right then and there, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. I then jumped in my car and rode straight to the police station. Like, yo, I have not heard from my daughter. I haven't heard from her since yesterday. I woke up this morning. She's not home. Her laptop and school books and
Yeah,
shit
man.
are here.
You gotta
I done
be-
went straight to the fucking cops.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that shit. They'll snatch her ass up and put her up on Backpage or some shit.
Hell yeah.
And she'll be all drugged up, and then she'll never know where she's at
Yeah,
any
she
point in
could be
time.
on, is it the dark web or the deep web?
I think it's the dark web.
She'd be on the dark web.
She would be a hot commodity.
Absolutely. She's
Shit,
an American. Haven't you seen that movie Hostel? People pay double for those, man.
Oh,
So
that's true.
from there, he calls the police, and they're like, okay, we're going to have a detective call you back. Detective calls him back. Oh, I'm Detective Vic, and you said your kid's missing. Ever since they bring Detective Vic in,
Yeah.
it always felt like she wasn't trying as hard as she should have been trying.
Yes.
It seemed like he was constantly doing so much more legwork. than
Yeah.
her.
He was doing a lot more legwork.
Yeah,
Because he only had his point of view.
and I mean, and the cool thing is, he's like, okay, look, let me go on her Facebook, see what she posts on her Facebook. Look at her post. It's private, invite only. Shit. Okay, let me look at her. What was it?
She had to jump to like Yahoo. She had to jump to the Yahoo.
Well, the thing is,
and the
all of her shit was locked as private.
Yes.
It was invite only. So it's like, okay, fuck. Let me tell Facebook, I forgot the email, the password. Okay, we sent her a new password to your Gmail. He goes to her Gmail. Shit, I don't know what her fucking Gmail password is. I forgot that. Okay, we'll send it to her Yahoo. And the thing is, her Yahoo, thankfully, was old enough that the
he remembered.
password was on the little family computer thing.
Yeah.
So he got that, logged into her Yahoo to get the new password for the Gmail, went to the Gmail to put in a new password, to get the new password to the Facebook, went to the Facebook to log in, and then he goes there, and like all of her posts are like depressing.
Yeah, it's
and
fucking
shit,
sad,
and
man.
It's like he never noticed that she's not really outgoing at all.
Yeah.
And as the movie goes on, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And you realize exactly how fucking depressing her life was, especially with that being juxtaposed when they showed her really young, when the mother was alive.
Yeah, she was really animated,
so
yeah.
outgoing and animated and whatnot. And now it's just like she comes to high school, and at lunch she just sits in the corner table because he was trying to find her who her friends were to talk to him.
Yeah.
And every single person that she knew in any way, he would call up and they'd be like, well, you know, we're not really friends per se. You know, I just know her, but, you know, well, don't you like eat lunch with her? No, she always just comes to lunch by herself and sits off in the corner. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It was
kind
all
of.
shit he like never fucking realized.
I don't know how that'd be possible because there'll be tons of guys crushing on her ass, man.
Yeah, it's high school.
It's high school. I was like, yo, she's sitting by herself. Like, yo, check out that chick right there. She's sitting by
I mean,
herself.
shit, the table I was at lunch. No, fuck, I didn't even go to lunch.
We
I
didn't
went
go
the
to
library.
lunch.
Yeah, we went to the library and we sat with our table of deplorables and
Yes.
we talked about fucking Star Trek.
Yeah, we did.
That's what we did.
Yeah, that's what
But
we
at
did.
least we had people we knew.
We had to stay safe from the
Abusers.
abusers out there, and we tried to avoid stepping on chicken bones. It was pretty bad.
Chicken bones and watermelon rinds. So yeah, that was I found that to be kind of odd.
Yeah.
Here's my thing though. You're kind of picking up on the pattern. She's a loner and okay. You ever played Metal Gear for NES?
Yeah.
Or even Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation, and when someone sees you, or when your character gets surprised as the exclamation point, I got that over my head when he was looking at all like the bookmarked sites that she had accounts on, and I saw fucking Tumblr, like, oh shit, she's dead. She killed herself.
Oh man.
Tumblr is where all the where the sad girls go. The
Yeah.
ones with multiple voices in their head, and they're all independent, beautiful voices who deserve to be heard. Yeah, that's Tumblr. Look at me slice my wrist.
And I think
Any suggestions? Across the street for attention, down the road for results. That's what you get on Tumblr.
she had like 7 posts on Tumblr. I don't even know, they couldn't even create anything creative on her Tumblr page in the first place.
Yeah, there was mostly just sad pictures of sunset. It was depressing as shit. I saw that and immediately I was like, oh oh no, 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 no. Like, yeah, she's fucking dead. She fucking hung herself from a tree somewhere.
Oh shit.
So he's doing all of this back tracing. He finds his website where
It's
you
like,
can live stream yourself doing shit, just like innocuous shit. Like,
do you-
I'm sitting in the fucking room brushing my teeth. Here's a live stream.
That shit would turn fucking pornographic real fucking quick.
That was my concern.
I was like,
oh no, oh no.
You're
He's gonna find that his daughter was making some side cash.
Yeah.
She was getting people. She was getting subs.
Oh,
getting
man.
subscribers.
Because it was
Flashing
way
tits.
too easy
Mhm.
to kind of like just put up a video and then you actually the responses are recorded too. So like I thought the video wouldn't record the responses, but apparently all that information is recorded on the video itself.
Yeah.
Which kind of felt a little weird. It's like, how are you going to find or trace any of these conversations or people?
Now, you know what was a huge kind of giveaway, and really it's kind of too early for spoilers, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna say spoilers because this is kind of a giveaway. Because remember, this is a mystery.
Yes.
There are
Yeah.
little bits and pieces that if you see it a second time, you can catch at the
Yes.
beginning. Did you notice that when he jumped on her little blog, she only had like 2 subscribers, one of whom was called Fish and Chips?
Yeah.
And as soon as he got on, the first person on was Fish and Chips.
Yeah.
And then saw his face and jumped right back off. Just jumped right off it. Fish and Chips jumped on and then immediately logged right back off when she saw his face.
Yeah.
Really? I found that suspicious as fuck.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, that's probably just some dude who wants to fuck. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, this don't look like somebody who's trying to fuck.
If we spoil
I
a
already
lot,
said spoilers.
well, that's true.
You know, if you want, we can still
Keep
we can
because the surprise. I don't want to give away the surprise
Okay,
because
so
that's
you-
like the entire movie.
So you don't want to give away the twist.
no, let's
Okay.
not give away the
All
twist.
right, all right. It's a good twist.
It's a really good
It's
twist.
a good twist, so I have no problem not giving it away. But a lot of stuff, it gets to a deeper and deeper and deeper web. And what I like is the more shit that the Asian dad finds out
Yeah.
of who could be responsible for a disappearance, the worse it seems. Like at one point, he does find where her car is. Her car is like at the bottom of a ravine,
And-
like a lake or some shit.
And if it's even brought up to him at an earlier point that his daughter went driving in the middle
Mm-hmm.
to some random park at night. And first of all, I was like, who the fuck? I'm a grown fucking man. No way I would fucking do that shit in the
On
middle
my
of the night.
own.
On my own. Because I feel sad.
I would think she was going there to go hook up with some dude, because she would think she's safe because the dude's gonna be there.
Oh, okay.
That
I could
was-
see,
that was
I could
my
see
whole
that.
thing.
I could see that. But
I'm like,
even
yeah,
then,
she's
it's like,
gonna
nah.
get there and maybe kill herself. I don't know.
But the thing is, if you're gonna get some from a chick, why are you gonna have the chick drive to a location where you know she might not even find you?
right?
You pick her ass up in the city and then you take her there.
Well, you have to understand. For you folks who don't quite get it, the father was giving her $100 a week for piano lessons.
Yeah.
and she quit the piano lessons but kept taking the money. It's cool to see how he figured it out. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute, the money I left her for the piano lessons is still sitting here on the counter." But the woman said she stopped taking the piano lessons like 6 months ago. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
So he logs into her like Bank of America account and he sees that, oh yeah, every week
Been
deposit
depositing.
$100, deposit 100, deposit 100, deposit 100.
Shit.
And then like at one point, like right before she left, she withdrew all of it to send it to someone, and he's backtracking to see what this site is that he sent it to. Oh, it's like a chat site. Okay, who is this person's name? Oh, it doesn't say. Okay, let me see who's on that person's friends list. Oh, it's on that person's friends list. Hey, what's the username of such and such and
Yeah.
such and such?
Yeah.
It just to find out who got the cash, you know. And honestly, I can't even remember who he found out got the cash, but it looked like she sent the cash to herself.
Yes.
It was kind of convoluted and kind of weird.
Imagine your parents giving you $100 fucking
A week.
a week,
Mhm.
and then they find out you just been keeping that shit, dude. They'll be hell to fucking pay.
I just can't imagine my parents giving me $100 a week. You know, after
That's a lot of fucking money.
Dude, after fucking like 6 months, I could buy a car.
Yeah.
I could buy a car. Man, like, god damn, my parents giving me $100 a week. Jesus.
I mean, he's an engineer. I mean, they showed his shitty ass cubicle that he was working out of, which I couldn't really believe if you had that big ass fucking house.
Well, he wasn't just like a code monkey. He was high up because he was talking with the board about this new program they had made. I'm thinking he was like the head of their program
Okay.
development department. He was the head of something.
Yeah.
But it looked like he was working in the cubicle because he was like, this is all I need. Fuck that. So he just fucking working there.
There's a couple of scenes, because I don't want to spoil too much. There's a couple of scenes in this movie that made us laugh.
The thing is, there's a couple of scenes I really want to talk about, but now that we've put the kibosh on the spoilers.
No, we could talk about that fight scene that he had, and we could talk about...
With the brother?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we could talk about that, and we could talk about the fight scene in that...
We won't spoil it.
The fight scene in the...
Movie theater? Okay.
There's a couple of other ones that won't give away the story too much.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was this one with this one douchebag. Yo, girl, I'm hot, and I'll be popping these nuts and tapping that punani. And he's got pictures of himself like a 16-year-old holding guns.
He kind of looked like Justin
smoking
Bieber,
weed, whatever. And all that shit was a front. And then when they had all come to the conclusion that his daughter was dead and they were just searching for the body, he posted something on
social media,
the Twitter site dedicated to her, like, oh no man, she ain't dead, she's with me, because I've been you can check my page, I've been tapping that ass since this and that and whatever. And the father was able to go to his Facebook page to see where he was. Oh, he's watching this movie right now. And I'm like, fucking turn your Facebook up. This is why I don't do this dumb shit. Because Facebook can monitor where you are to let people know you're over here doing this thing. And he's like, oh, this kid's at this movie theater. And he goes to the movie theater and basically beats the kid's ass.
It was actually kind of fucking
beats
funny.
Beats the shit out of him. But my whole thing is that's what you get.
That's what you get. You don't mess.
Some dumb shit. It ain't about, oh, don't make fun of a girl. No, dumb shit. Don't have this shit posting everywhere you are. Don't talk shit about me and say, oh, by the way, I'm over on this street corner.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to fucking come to you, and this anonymity you're hiding behind on the fucking internet doesn't work when you say, oh, by the way, I'm over here. And I'm wearing this shirt, and this is my name.
It's kind of like you, let's say we're in Africa, right? And you're out there on a big game hunt. You're hunting, and then you come across some baby lion cubs.
Okay. It's the circle of life.
Yeah. Go over there.
Simba.
You take that cub.
Mufasa.
You put him in your truck.
Scar.
Okay. You put him in your truck.
Yeah.
You start driving off. The lion sees you.
Right.
He wants his cub back.
Yeah.
You don't expect not to get mauled.
Well, yeah, if I stay there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this fucking guy did.
Well, this guy is young and stupid, which is just part of the overall problem with kids these days.
Yeah.
It's like, don't talk shit, but be such an attention whore that you make sure everyone knows where you are and who you are when you're talking to shit, because that gets away the sense of security you have talking to shit, because you're supposed to be untouchable on the internet. No, fucker, I can go to your Facebook and know exactly where you are.
You know, the one thing I wanted, of course, this guy, Sulu isn't like the freaking big macho man. He's just a regular guy. You know what would have been really awesome?
15-year-old boy.
Yeah, you know what would have been really awesome?
What?
If he would have slapped the shit out of him with his hand.
Palm?
Open palm.
Nice.
And then just bring him to his knees. I mean, that's fucking beautiful.
That would have, if we could have seen the fight.
Yeah.
Because they didn't show the fight. There were some kids posting it on like World Star or some shit.
Yeah.
It went on YouTube, and Detective Vic was like, look, from now on, you don't communicate with anybody, just me. I can't have you near this investigation. You're taking it too personal.
Yeah, but there's that one scene I know you want to talk about. Let's talk about it a little bit. I mean, it
is kind
John
of
Cho does have a brother.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, his brother, Peter.
Yeah.
And Peter is the younger, hot-headed one. He's not as straight-laced as his older brother.
Yeah.
Like, he's constantly smoking weed and shit. And what he ends up, what David does is goes into his daughter's past messages and sees all these messages that she's been having with his brother. And he only does that after, when looking in the car that they found, he sees his brother's jersey in there. And he's like, what the fuck is my brother's jersey doing in the car that was underwater? So he goes through her text messages, and he's seeing all these shits. And this is kind of when, like the bottom fell out of my stomach.
Yeah, because I was feeling the same way. I was like...
The messages made it look like he was fucking the dude's daughter.
Yeah.
And to me, that I hate to take myself out of the fictional realm of the movie like this.
But I could see that happen.
It could happen, but the thing is, all I could think was, how could you fucking do that? Dude?
I know.
I spent X amount of years helping my brother take off your Pampers and wiping the shit off your ass.
Yeah.
How could I possibly have any sort of attraction to you? I have seen you grow from a small little stick figure into a woman. You can be the most banging supermodel the world has ever seen, and I'd be like, yo, I clean piss off you, man. I wiped the shit out of your ass.
It got really dark, really fast.
Gal Gadot, yeah, you're sexy right now, but when you were like 2, I had to put some talcum powder on you because you pissed your pants, and I had to wipe the shit out of there.
She was probably a beautiful baby still.
That doesn't change anything.
I know.
I'm
Saying,
it took me out of the movie to start thinking to myself, how could you fucking do that?
I know. The writer was like, yeah.
And
man.
I was like, you know what? Right then and there, I was like, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this movie is going.
This shit is real,
This
man.
dude was having a fucking breakdown. He goes to his fucking brother's house, confronts him, beats the shit out of him. His brother's like, no, man. We were just fucking smoking weed. He's like, you fucking... Why the fuck would you smoke weed with my daughter? And he's like, and this is what you get. You get like, this guy didn't know his daughter.
Yeah.
She had a lot of pent up shit that she needed to talk about and no parents to talk to him about.
Yeah.
Because you get the idea that her mom was the one
that she
opened up to. And with the mom dead, the dad doesn't really know how to fill that gap.
Yeah.
You know, how to communicate. In fact, there's certain times when he was typing to her, type certain things and delete it. He'd be like, you know, oh, what would your mom think? Or, I'm proud of you. Your mom would be proud of you too. Oh, your mom would be so happy to see you like this.
Yeah.
And he would, any reference to her mom, he would delete.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, fuck, take that out of there. I don't want to bring that up and this and that or whatever. And his brother was like, look, she smokes with me and she confides in me all the problems and issues she's having. And I try to give her advice and this and that or whatever. Right then and there, I was like, you know what? There was something beautiful about this movie.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they have a very realistic view of how Asian Americans, Asians, whatever, doesn't matter, how their family life is so regimented. There's not much bonding. That's not to say that they don't love each other. You don't need to express that loving.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a problem, you keep that problem to yourself and you just work under the assumption that your parents love you and leave it at that. You don't really have like a bleeder valve to bleed off that pressure you're having from not having your mom, or you had this sort of trauma, but there's no one in the family to really talk to because you just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You accept it, you move on, and you just be strong. You know, so it's real easy for me to see, like, this is a completely Asian family. This guy feels uncomfortable talking with his daughter about that stuff.
He does a great job
pulling it off
because man,
that scene where it's like she's on the online blog thing, because they're like the only person, the fish and chips chick was the only person she could really open up to.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, today's the anniversary when my mom died. I usually feel like shit, and all I want to do is just be alone and cry. And her dad comes in, oh honey, you know what day it is? Oh yeah. And he's like, and you see he's got kind of fidgeting.
Yeah.
Like he really doesn't want to be there. He's like, season finale on The Voice, you know, let's see if so-and-so gets voted off. He's like, and the girl is like, oh yeah, okay, you know, I'll be down there. I'll be right down there. We'll watch that. You know, you can tell she doesn't even want to do it. And it's really painful to watch. It's just like really...
The acting alone, he does a great job.
It's like, John Cho is really branching out, because I was worried that he was going to be typecast for Star Trek. He actually has some chops.
Yeah.
He can really do a good job of portraying a particular emotion.
Looking sad. I mean, I don't know, his brows are kind of going over his eyelids, and that was actually kind of bothering me. It made him look like 10 years older.
Good. That's a good thing. He needed to look older.
Yeah.
But he definitely pulled that off. That's depressing, but at the same time, I was like, no, Asian households really are like that.
Yeah.
They do not get emotional. They don't express emotion. You know, they're not going to ask you how you feel about mom dying. They're just going to move on. If it's a problem and you start to act out, they'll deal with it then. But otherwise, they're just going to move on.
The one thing I kind of didn't like about this was their desktops were way too fucking clean.
Mm-hmm.
They had that one simulation where he logged into her account and then into the Windows 7. It was full of like bullshit ads. It finally like got cleared up because I guess she was playing like silly games or whatever. That one time.
You know what kind of bothered me? There's a part where it's like she opens up her thing. You see all these viruses popping up or whatever, I guess because the antivirus system isn't turned on. But you know you're around computers too much, which I am.
Yes.
When as soon as they turned it on for the very first time, the first thing I see down in the bottom right, that Norton antivirus.
That's a bunch of shit.
And all I want to say is, yo, you need to get that shit off your computer.
Yeah.
That was the first thing in my mind. Like, yo, you got to get that shit off
that
your
shit
computer.
does not work, man.
Either Norton or McAfee, anytime. I don't care if I'm at work or I'm at a friend's house.
Shit.
If I see Norton or McAfee, even if you're like, hey, what website do I go to get this thing? Oh, yeah. You want to go over here, You need to get this shit off your computer. www. I'm just telling you gotta get that shit off your
That's
computer.
just
bro.
garbage, man. That shit don't protect you from nothing.
No, it makes it worse. Especially if you're using a fucking trial version.
Oh, my
right
God.
before it expires, it puts viruses on your shit.
Yo.
So that you have to pay for it in order to get the fucking viruses off.
And he never updated it. He had
No.
that fucking computer for 8 years. You telling
Yeah.
me he ain't update that shit?
The computer still had Windows 7 for some reason opening browsers.
I remember
on a
turning to you and
Mac
saying-
iOS, but
I said, yo, how the fuck are they still using the same computer after like 8 fucking years?
Yeah,
she
you
went
never
from the
upgraded
first
your
grade
computer?
to the 12th grade. Well, about to graduate, and they're still using the same computer. I'm like, yo, this it's not fucking possible. They'll come to a point where you get online and nothing will happen.
yeah.
Nothing.
Yep.
But then again, I'm sure the father didn't go to any porn sites because his wife is using the same thing. But then again, it's different users.
Which is why I would demand my own computer. But they all had their own stuff too. The father had a laptop. The daughter had a laptop. They all had their own stuff. It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
But in the end, I thought that was very, very poignant the way they saw that they didn't really interact as much as they thought they did. The guy didn't know shit about his daughter.
Yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, like right when it started, I really thought this whole movie was going to be like a big PSA against
Yes.
kids using social media.
Yes.
Don't let your kid use Twitter. Don't let your kid use Facebook. They will start to worship Satan and be in porn. Yeah, some shit like that.
Oh man, this movie could have gone in so many different ways. It could have been like she was abducted and then she's in a sex ring.
Yeah, could be
And
all sorts of crazy shit.
It could have gone so many different ways. But you know what? Before the movie even started, we got treated to somewhat of a short film that really
Was stupid
was stupid as shit.
and a fucking waste of time.
Yeah, I think they're just padding the movie at this point.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. The fucking directive comes up and says, oh, I put out a competition for people to make these independent movies or whatever, and this is the person I thought was awesome. He made an independent movie, and I'm like, yo, this shit sucks.
Yeah,
Sci-Fi Channel used to have this thing on Wednesdays
Yeah.
where they would have all these film students, like, donate their own 5-minute shorts. Some were animated, some were claymation, some were live action, but they all had something to do with sci-fi.
Yeah.
And they were fucking awesome. And it was a whole half-hour show of this.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday.
I didn't know about
And I'm
this.
like, any one of those would have been better. This was early sci-fi.
Oh, okay.
This was
okay.
like we're still in high school.
Okay.
This is like Sci-Fi Channel just came out and it's awesome. You know,
Fuck.
back when Comedy Central
Yeah.
had comedians, back when MTV played music, that sort of shit.
If he chose this film because it was the best or because he sided with it,
If
everything
it's the
else must have been
best,
shit.
Yeah, it must have been real donkey dick.
Yeah.
Because all this shit did was pad the time out.
It felt to me. It didn't even feel like a real film. It felt like one of those Coca-Cola commercials.
It did,
It's like
yeah.
this is one of those Coca-Cola
It's
commercials.
goofy and wacky.
Yeah,
You know, it's like this has nothing to do with sci-fi. This is goofy and wacky.
it's just like
Some
lame as
dude
shit.
is trying to get evidence that his girlfriend cheated on him. So he looks on her cell phone and then connects all these different things, which are like a conspiracy theory. And it's like, yeah, by doing all this stuff, I got the evidence that you cheated on me. And she's like, so you broke into my phone to look at my shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm dumping you. She dumped him.
Wasn't she
'Cause he
staying
broke
at his
into it.
house?
I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
He turned around and walked off. I was on the impression that she was at his house, but I guess I was wrong. I don't.
All right, let's review this damn thing.
All right, let's go ahead and review it. Really, I'll tell you right now, for something I didn't want to see and I saw it, it took itself so serious and it was so professionally done and it was very good. I walked out of there saying I'm going to give this a very, very high matinee, but, and this may not be the right thing to do. I don't know. But I was going to give this a high matinee after talking about it with you
Yeah.
and going back over a bunch of stuff. And the twist, by the way, is actually very good. You kind of saw it coming, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. You couldn't nail it down.
All the clues they give you, you can easily overlook.
Yeah. And I mean, once they find, quote unquote, the killer, and you see his confession tape, it's like almost immediately like, yeah, this is bullshit. I don't know who it is, but it ain't him. And then you find out who it really is, and you're like, And the way this guy found out, It does a murder mystery better than many movies I've
'Cause
seen.
I
in
never-
a long
I've been-
time. It's how he's getting the information is
Yeah.
logical. It's not falling into his fucking lap. He's doing the work, and you're standing over his shoulder watching him do the work. Everything he's doing is something you could do.
Yeah.
All you have to do is reasonably put it through your head. And honestly, we could probably figure every single thing he's doing, and we'd end up doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. It all comes together. It all fits into place very, very neatly. instead of a high matinee, I'm going to give this not even a low full price, a medium full price.
Middle of the road, full price.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a full price. It deserves it. I've got something of a fatwa against Sony.
Oh yeah,
but still, this is good shit, man. It deserves it. This is a good movie. It touched me, and the whole thing with the uncle has me so disturbed that I'm going to take myself out of the movie to ponder on how someone can be that depraved. That movie went above and beyond. It did. It forced me to take myself out just to analyze what the fuck I just saw, and it's still going on. It deserves a bit better than a matinee at that point. It's a good movie. I would easily recommend it. I'll go full price.
This is probably one of the best murder mysteries I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah,
because you're still guessing throughout the whole movie who it is. You have assumptions, you're still guessing. You get a little bit of facts, you're still guessing. You start writing people off, you're still guessing. It's fucking great.
Until 5 minutes before those credits go up, you're guessing.
Yes.
If you see the credits roll, you start counting backwards T minus 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Yeah, you're not
going to
know who it is until at the very end.
And then when you see who it is, all I could think was, I knew it was that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you didn't have proof. All you had was a gut feeling. Like, I even think I turned to you like, something's wrong with this character.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with this character, man. But
it's done very well.
Fuck, I knew it with this fucking person.
It was done very, very well. I'm gonna give it a full price. This is
all right. I don't want you doing it just because I said full price. I want you to be honest with yourself.
Literally, I was searching for something for us to watch. Literally, there's like nothing came out this week.
So
besides this and Kin, I was like, I wanted to see James Franco,
but there's only so much a man can take.
But I wanted to
that
support
movie looked
James.
Bad.
It did look bad.
Oh yeah, it did. It absolutely did.
Even if it was a bad movie, I wanted to see it. Got to support James. Everybody's abandoning him.
James needs cash, but you're gonna go ahead and give us a full price.
I'm gonna give this a full price.
So there you have it. Searching is a full price. Seeing as how there was really nothing good at the movies, and we went and saw Searching. Next week probably gonna be worse. Well, you know what? Next week we'll probably do like a Netflix and chill and review something.
Yeah.
Only it won't have the fucking that is normally associated with Netflix and chill.
Yeah. We don't want to.
I don't want to be a heartbreaker. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear.
All right, guys, don't forget to visit our website at g2ta.net and gottatalkaboutit.com. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/g2ta. And yeah, man.
If you ended up having a kid and your kid goes missing, would you plug Dane in and just hope and pray that he'd be competent enough to search the web to do all the detective work that this guy did?
He ain't gonna fucking find nothing, man. Man, plug
you said
Dane
that
in
pretty goddamn quick.
Yeah, man. He's asking us to find information on fucking IMDb. Plugging that guy in is fucking like plugging in, writing the death certificate for that child.
Is he unable to do it or just lazy?
Lazy.
Damn, he would let a human die because he's lazy. Huh? All right. At least I know now. Don't let nobody I care about go messing around that cocksucker.
Yeah. Shit'll happen. You just don't know what to expect.